Hey everyone, let me know if you see me here because when we went live on Atheist Republic earlier, me and Susanna were just talking to ourselves, not knowing that none of you could hear us because we didn't know that Atheist Republic's YouTube page, which we knew already, it had a strike, a false strike by some Shias who were extremely butthurt over what we had to say about the movie that they made. We got a strike over there. You guys can see me here. Yeah. So I say, oh, this is great. So that means you guys can see me. So right now, if you notice, you're watching me on my personal channel, Armin Navabi, instead of the usual live stream that we do on the Atheist Republic channel, right? So make sure you subscribe to this channel because the Atheist Republic YouTube channel is under attack by Muslims and Hindus. And you don't know, we don't know when that YouTube channel might be taken out. Right now it has a strike on it. It's a false copyright strike. We will have a video soon explaining what happened, and we'll send that video to our newsletter subscribers to show you guys. And by the way, that video that they wanted to take out, which we have filed already a counter copyright strike notice to YouTube, which will take more than 10 days for a couple of days for them to review. And then once they file it, the Shia company who filed it against us has 10 days to take us to court. And if they don't, the video has to come back, right? And once it does come out, we're going to let you guys know if you're subscribed to our newsletter. Link to our newsletter is in the description to show you what is this video that they want to hide, right? Like, why are they so... Because all that video was us reviewing a trailer of the video of the movie that they have made, and that is not, anybody that understands copyright, that's allowed, that's fair use. When we review a trailer, talk about it, add commentary to it, that is fair use, right? And there's a lot of other people that review that trailer, as a lot of Muslims, and none of that was taken down. Ours was taken down because we said some things that they didn't like, right? And once that video is out, by the way, our video editor is doing a great job at uploading that video right now on our BitChute account. So every video that gets a strike or gets removed from YouTube will get also uploaded on our BitChute account, which link to our BitChute is in the description. So you will see it there even before it comes back on YouTube. But we need to go to war with these people because they are they're abusing the copyright system, reporting system on YouTube to file false copyright claims, and there's no penalty for filing false copyright claims on YouTube. So they could do that. They could just abuse us. And now we can't stream because of the strike. We can't stream on Atheist Republic, and that's why you guys are here on my personal channel rather than Atheist Republic. So please subscribe to this channel as well in case we lose the Atheist Republic YouTube channel. So you guys at least have us are here. So like, this is where you can find me. And also please subscribe to our newsletter. Link to our newsletter in the description. You get a free copy of my book, Why There Is No God, when you do subscribe. But we will soon also have blasphemous art that is exclusive to our newsletter subscribers, just to get more people there, because that's the only place where they can't come after us. Okay. I do say, like, when people do subscribe to our newsletter, I make sure I save it on our hard drive. So even if that platform gets removes us, we have you all there, and like we are very careful with it. So that way we will always be in touch with you. If they remove us from Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, newsletter is the most important thing. And I actually have another thing to tell you guys. I know I have to. I just got notice that our Facebook page, are the world's largest atheist account anywhere on the internet, with 2,400,000 followers around the world, right? Which is also responsible for making atheism trending in India for the first time in history, right? We managed, Atheist Republic did that, and a lot of we have hundreds of thousands of people in India who follow Atheist Republic on Facebook, right? So I just got news that our page has been removed from India. So if you are from India, because of our blasphemous art and because of how India is becoming a right-wing authoritarian Hindutva regime that is trying to follow Pakistan into hell. Now the entire government there and everything is so butthurt over our blasphemous art that they have managed to block the world's largest atheist community from India, and hundreds of thousands of atheists in India who were our fans and wanted to follow us on from Facebook and to see our posts we have completely been cut off from them. So the only other country that has done that is Pakistan. So there's only one other country that did this to our page other than India, and that's Pakistan. Not Iran, not Saudi Arabia, not Bangladesh, not Indonesia, not Malaysia, not Egypt. Okay. So it's now India is the second country. It's not another Islamic country. Pakistan was number one. The second one was not another Islamic country. It was a Hindu country. Okay. This shows you where India is, how insanely authoritarian India has become, that they're following. Yeah. So we need to be able to stay in touch with our Indian fans, and we need to get everybody on our newsletter, and we're going to need to make our newsletter a lot more exciting than what it is, so that more people are interested in there. So that's why we have talked to our artists, and what we're going to do is we are going to not just have our videos sent to our newsletter subscribers, but also certain art that is going to be free. So we're going to have the very explicit ones, the not safe for work version of our art. That's going to be for our patrons only. But we're also going to have a safe for work version of our art that we will not release anywhere other than we will just send it to our newsletter subscribers as a thank you for being subscribed to us, right? By the way, guys, let me know if you have. I'm pretty I just before I just got this news. I'm getting a lot of messages from people from India asking me, where's your page, where's Atheist Republic, what happened to Atheist Republic? Yeah, my inbox is filled with that. So guys, again, this is the world's largest atheist community online is now completely blocked. India, imagine the government officials there just going to Facebook and demanding specifically our page to be blocked in India. That's how much we scare them, and that's how much they're scared of our art. That's how much the blasphemous art we're producing is triggering them, that they have to. Again, guys, this is why I mean, as much as fun we're having with this art, this is more than just beautiful imagery to look at. Okay, this is us going into a battle, again, figuratively. I don't want to make sure I don't get in trouble with YouTube by using words that YouTube may think like I'm saying something else. Okay, we need to normalize dissent. Every attempt at silencing us needs to backfire significantly. It needs to backfire. They can't have this win. We're normalizing blasphemy. We're normalizing dissent. We're breaking the barriers to freedom of speech. So we can't let them win this, right? Where we are fighting against sex negativity, and India needs this, okay? And there are a lot of atheists in India who recognize how big of a problem this is, and even non-atheists who are secular recognize this, and we need to get in touch with them, because because after we managed to trend atheism for the first time in India, a lot of people in India discovered us, and now we're completely lost contact with them. We need to find a new way to get back in touch with a major fan base in India. And to do that, we need you guys to get them to subscribe to our newsletter. And if you are yourself subscribed to our newsletter, we will send you an email. We will, in our emails, we show you how to do that. We need to like tell them to just hop over on our newsletter. That's the only way that we could always be in touch with them. We can't like, it seems like they're suffocating us from everywhere, right? We're they're giving us strikes on YouTube. My Twitter account with more than 58,000, was 50, I forgot what, 58,000 followers, has been fully suspended for posting art that had and criticizing Hinduism, not discriminating against Hindus, not saying anything like with imagery that doesn't violate anything on Twitter. Like everybody can recognize that none of Twitter's rules were violated, because it was just a Hindutva mass reported us and removed my Twitter account from Twitter. So they're coming after us on Facebook. They managed to completely block us on India. My Twitter, every single blasphemous Twitter account that we created, within just after posting very censored images of Hindu gods and goddesses with nothing nude showing, even though nudity is allowed on Twitter, what we blocked it. But though every single one of those accounts was suspended within a few days, even though it didn't violate any of Twitter's, is because it's blasphemy. It's not because anything else, right? So basically, Twitter is allowing Hindutva to enforce blasphemy on Twitter. So we're being removed on Twitter, and there's nobody to talk to. There's nobody that would that you could. There's no appeal process. The appeal processes are just put you in a limbo, and they're a joke. And all, like, Facebook doesn't even like, Twitter pretends to have an appeal process, and then you appeal and there's no response. Facebook doesn't even have an appeal process. YouTube's appeal process is a joke as well. We got a strike for criticizing Buddhism and Hinduism without saying anything against the people, and that got us our first strike. And there's no, like, the appeal. There's no appeal. The appeal process is a joke. Katie is saying, I can't unsubscribe from my VPN anymore if I want to keep having access to AR Facebook page. Dolly is saying, I'm so frustrated. The internet is the only place for atheists to feel free and expressing ourselves. Selva is suggesting using the Opera browser. By the way, do we have any Indians right now other than Katie and Silva right now? Silva Kumar in the live chat. Do you guys have any advice? Armin, did we eat one of your apples that you had to expel us from heaven? I don't know what this is. Yeah, sorry, I'm a little bit overwhelmed with the amount of the force that we're dealing with, guys. Like, what are we doing that these people don't like? All we're doing is blaspheming against their gods. We're not even, and the blasphemy involves us celebrating their culture. We're not even attacking. We're not attacking the people. Okay, we have Hindu fans, and we have even Hindu supporters. We have people who are Hindu who are even financially support us. I don't like the religion. I like the culture. I like the tradition. I don't like it. The belief system. I haven't said. I constantly, every time that people generalize Muslims, generalize Hindus, when they go after the people rather than the ideology, you guys know I call them out. So we're not doing any type of bigotry. We're enjoying the tradition while criticizing the ideas. So we criticize the religion, but we enjoy the tradition. And we want to show people how you could enjoy the tradition without believing in them. Because the belief is bad, but the traditions are fun. And we can show people how we could enjoy, like, the arts, the history, the mythology, but yet criticize the ideas, and yet celebrate the people. We're doing this right. We're doing this in a non-hateful way. And we invite people to criticize our ideas. And yet, what is it that look how they're coming after us. They're coming after us everywhere. Like, and there's not any, this is not getting on any news. Like, imagine if we are the world's largest atheist community on the planet. Imagine if a Muslim group that wasn't even that big, that wasn't even that significant, was being targeted like this for expressing their Islamic ideas. Like, if people were shutting their channels on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, just because expressing their religious ideas, not even being hateful, like, we would even defend them. We would say this is unfair. But nobody, like, this is not even, like, guys, even the people who deserve it, when they get attacked like this, at least it gets covered on the news, right? The world's largest atheist page with 2,400,000 followers is now blocked completely from the second most popular country on the planet. And is this going to get on? Like, guys, if you can help us get this on some form of news somewhere, what we're going to do is we're going to write a news article on this on Atheist Republic, and maybe, like, at the end, like, even promote our newsletter, telling people, and then maybe try to send that news article that we did ourselves on Atheist Republic, try to get it to some other bloggers and news writers. Like, I don't know, Hamid Mehta used to be a reliable source for us to highlight something like this. I don't know how much he would be interested in that now. Given, I don't know, maybe he would be, maybe he wouldn't, but we need to, like, at least share that blog post to, and get the journalists to make, guys, like, this is important. Like, somebody please cover this. Soha is saying it is because we are targeted. I saw some Twitter accounts that is even posting short porn videos. Yeah, Twitter doesn't have any issues with like sexuality. It's not the sexuality that Twitter has issues. It's because it's their gods and goddesses. So it is basically enforcing blasphemy. Katie saying Pakistan is no, I don't know if most evil country. Let's become like Pakistan. Hindu. I don't want to say, like, I don't know if I want to. I do want to always mention it's the Pakistani government or the religious leaders, because I want to be careful not to, like, talk about Pakistan, because Pakistan does involve a lot of secular activists, a lot of atheists, a lot of people, a lot of religious people that are good people. So I want to make sure, like, guys, if I make a mistake, like if I say India this, Pakistan this, Iran that, I have to catch myself, not like generalize the entire country. I may, like, Katie, and I don't want to put pressure on you, because I make that mistake as well sometimes, but I have to be careful. So I'm not trying to single you out or anything like that. I'm just saying, Armin, Proton VPN is free and has no limits. It may be good choice for those who can't afford or don't want to pay for. Okay, but guys, you have to understand. This is not gonna do anything. Like, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of people. We going out and telling people to use VPN is like gonna reach what, 100 people, 50 people, 80 more people that, like, really wanted to access our page, and now we're gonna be like, hey guys, maybe try VPN. So yeah, great. We lost 200,000 people, and now we managed to reach 50 other Indians who ask us what to do with the page, and now we're telling them, oh yeah, use this VPN. So we lost 200,000 people that are not going to go out of their way to come and find our page and use VPN, and we gain like 50, not even 50, probably 20 people back. So these are not measures that it's going to help. The only solution is to get people on our newsletter. And I need everyone's help to get people on our newsletter. Dali is saying, why Twitter suspending atheist accounts, but they don't do nothing about hate speech and people who promote homophobia against atheists online? I mean, well, it's pretty obvious, because we are not like a very significant threat, or atheists are not very unified. Like Twitter and Facebook, they recognize that they need to worry about the Indian market, right? do atheists, do they have a country or a government, or do they have any control over like banning Facebook? And like the Hindutva mob, for example, or Pakistan's government, they could tell Facebook or Twitter or YouTube that, guys, if you don't listen to us, we're going to completely remove your access to our country. So obviously Twitter and Facebook and YouTube are going to bend the knee to them. We have no power. We have zero power. We have to get people on our newsletter. That's the only way. Katie's saying because they're shit scared and pissing their pants that criticism will result in death of the religions. Yeah, or they're just appealing to an angry mob, and they want to get votes like that and get relevancy like that. Idris is saying, it's incredible. I arrived just before the Hindutva thing. You helped me stay clear from anti-Muslim bigotry I have started to flirt with. Stay strong. Wow, thank you so much, Idris. So see, guys, we're having the opposite effect of people who are, see, like what Idris, like, thank you so much for saying that. Like, I really needed to hear that, Idris. Thank you so much, because sometimes I feel like maybe some of the things that they say about us is true. Like, are we being hateful? Like, are we being mean to people? Like, am I out of time? Do they have a point that I'm missing here? Maybe I'm being hateful. And then, like, no, we're not. We're just like talking about our opinions. We're not hateful to any group of people. Like, thank you so much, Idris, for you guys are amazing. So like Idris, there are many people that remind us that because of how disgusting, for example, the religion of Islam is, they were flirting with being hateful towards Muslims. And we tell them, like, no, okay, like, we show them how you could not like an idea, but not let that hate for that idea lead you to hating the people who believe in it, right? And we constantly show people like how they could vent about the effect that these ideas are having on their lives, but see the people who believe in them as victims that need our sympathy and friendship rather than our hate. This is what we do. This is what we constantly say. We have been fighting for the rights of Muslims in India or in China and Hindus in Bangladesh. We have been very consistent in that. I don't think we have been. I'm. If you guys have to like let me know if we ever like betray that, like we're not consistent with that, okay? Because I don't think we're not hateful, okay? Like the only way, like if you look at our criticism, it's just we disagree with certain ideas. And if you want to limit us, we're gonna go 10 times stronger, because you shouldn't be able to tell us what we get to say. And if you think our art is hateful, you either are a homophobe or you just hate anything that you have this negative attitude about sexuality, okay? About sex. And if you don't like it, it's okay. It's okay. I get it. You don't have to see it. You don't have to watch it. Why are you blocking other people from seeing it? Like, why are you blocking us from India? You didn't have to see it if you don't like it. Other people liked it. Dolly saying this is so ridiculous. Katie saying AR Facebook page is now blocked in the second most populated and the fifth most populated countries in the world. Guys, and the engagement on our page has dropped significantly to half of what it used to be. Because of this block. Sorry, guys, if I'm depressing you today. Armin, Facebook India head, is affiliated with BGP. Yes, we did a live stream on this, and this was what happened to us, guys. In that, we need like the people who are exposing how Facebook is has so many people, Hindutva related people working in its staff. The people that were exposing that, we need to reach out to them and tell them that they managed to get the page, the world's largest atheist page, blocked from India because of blasphemy. So this is another reason, like, if this needs to become news. So we need to talk, and we need to reach out to journalists and tell them what has happened. Katie saying, no, I meant that the Hindutva mentality, it is in quotes. I'm not saying it. I know. So I didn't want to. We need a lawyer to file a case. There is a judgment which is in favor of atheists. Atheists have right to their opinion. I don't think this is a legal issue because Facebook legally is in the full rights to remove us from wherever they want with no reason. Okay, I don't think like we need to make it. This is not a free speech case. This needs to be a case that we make to show PR wise. We need to make it show how much Facebook is in cahoots with Hindutva. Right. This is not legal battle. It's mostly like a PR battle. Bulbul is here. Bulbul is a lawyer, so maybe she could tell us. Bulbul is saying, in my experience, several atheists from Muslim background in India also perceive blasphemy as bigotry. How do we change this? By blaspheming and defending religious people's rights at the same time. By blaspheming against Islam, while we fight for the rights in India and in China and anywhere else, to show them that this is one does not negate the other. I think that's the only way. I can't think of any other way. Sorry if this is depressing today. So I was saying, so first we get a copyright strike, and now we are blocked in India. We are not doing anything wrong. We're actually showing people that they should ditch this hate and love each other. Yeah, and they don't even need to be atheists for that, right? We could be like, hey, look, we find your ideas ridiculous. If you don't want to hear us, if you don't want to hear that we find your ideas ridiculous, you don't have to listen to us. You don't have to listen to us. But we want to be able to say that we find your ideas ridiculous. And by the way, we find your ideas ridiculous, but we find your mythology interesting. We find your traditions beautiful. We find your art, your architecture, your churches, your mosque. We like them. Okay? Your ideas we find ridiculous. Your tradition we want to enjoy. And we want to enjoy it the way we want to enjoy it. You don't have copyright. These are ancient stuff. You don't have intellectual property rights over them. Okay? We want to put our own spin on it. We want to celebrate it the way. And if you don't like it, you don't have to consume it. Why are you coming after us like this? It's working. It's working in their favor. So we need to find a way. We can't rely on YouTube. We can't rely on Facebook. We can't rely on Twitter. We can't rely on these other alternative apps as well, or BitChute or Parler. None of these are reliable. None of them are reliable. Gab, any of them. The only reliable way is to build the newsletter subscribers. Because guys, I can save that offline. Even if the newsletter service provider that we're using removes us. I keep making a backup, and we could move to another newsletter service provider. That's independent from any app, any platform, anywhere. That's ours. Nobody can take that away from us, and that will guarantee that we will always have access to you guys. So not only we need everyone here to get on our newsletter, and right now our newsletter is, I know, not as exciting as it could be, but we are going to make it very exciting by making exclusive blasphemous art to our newsletter. Okay. Not only we need everybody to get on our newsletter. We need everybody to get on our newsletter and get other people to get on our newsletter. Like, we need them to come and tell people, like, guys, get on this goddamn newsletter. They share with you some pretty amazing stuff. Like, you get art every week. You get some exclusive art every week. Okay. So yeah. I don't know what else to do. If you guys have any other suggestion. Katie's saying, true, I blaspheme a lot against Islam and Hinduism. So many leftists here think I am being hateful, but then they see I am more vocal against the anti-Muslim bigotry than most of them. Yes, and see, they don't have, a lot of these people who are against us, they don't have their priorities straight, because they come after us because they think we're being anti-Muslim because we're blaspheming against Islam, for example. But then if you look at their records, they don't say much against actual discrimination against Muslims, actual I keep telling Muslims, this is the line that I posted on Twitter when I had Twitter. It's now lost to the world because my Twitter is now suspended. I tell Muslims this, like, it's better to be offended than to be discriminated against, right? And and another line that I tell them is that we will challenge your ideas, right? But we will stand by you when somebody is challenging your rights. Let us challenge your ideas, and with whatever tone that we want. Don't tone police us. Don't be like, oh, challenge us this way, challenge us that way. No, we challenge you. We challenge your ideas the way we want to challenge them. Okay? If you don't like it, you don't have to listen to us. But we'll also be on your side when somebody's challenging your rights. We will be there. We will be there more than Muslims are. You're on a per capita basis. We have been fighting for your rights. We have been on your side. We have been more vocal defending your rights on a per capita basis, way more than Muslims have. Muslims have only been there for you when somebody is insulting Muhammad, but not when people are attacking you, not when people are like treating you like second-class citizens or arresting you just for being Muslim. Even in France, we're like, yes, we're gonna like make sure, like we even criticize French government for like maybe being too hostile against some, like even like we have even atheists like disowning us because maybe we're caring too much about Muslims, apparently, for some of them. We have had, after we went so much anti-Hindutva and anti-Hinduism, and we had blaspheming them, right? We had a video on how are Hindus being treated in Bangladesh, because we wanted to make sure that we're consistent, and we're also defending Hindus in Islamic countries and in Pakistan. We always highlight, for example, when Hindus, their temples are being attacked by Muslims in Pakistan. We highlight that. So we defend Hindus, we defend Muslims. Yes, we're anti-Hinduism. Yes, we're anti-Islam. Okay, maybe you don't like that. Maybe you don't like that. I'm sorry, but we have to be able to say that. I'm sorry, but we have to be able to say that. But just because we're anti-Hinduism, that doesn't stop us from being pro-Hindu. We are pro-Hindu. We're anti-Hinduism, but we're pro the Hindu people. You know why? Because they're people. It doesn't matter if we think they're wrong. It doesn't matter if we disagree with them on their ideas. We are pro-people because we're humanist. We're anti-Islam, but we're pro-Muslim. Why are we pro-Muslim? Because we're humanists. Ryan is saying, oh, God damn it. We can do that. We can make an art which portrays Muslims are good people and Islam is the devil, which guides them to the wrong path. And that, yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Ian. Maybe we could do an art like that. Right now, I'm mostly focused on not like what kind of art. Like right now, okay, StreamYard is not letting me highlight what I want to highlight. Right now, I'm more focused on how to get people on our newsletter. Okay, StreamYard is not. Oh, there we go. Finally, it's letting me highlight. Actually, saying the newsletter is good to keep current supporters, but I think it will be difficult to reach new people with it. Yes. So we're gonna. It's gonna be. What we're gonna do is we're gonna create a lead magnet, right? So it's gonna be a booklet, which is free, but only with all our art, and also my book Why There's No God is available for free, but the only way to get it is to subscribe to our newsletter. So that's how we're gonna have to get people. And even with our current Facebook page, we have to now constantly use it to get people off of Facebook and on our newsletter, right? So every single YouTube video that we make, at the end of it, we have to tell people to get on our newsletter. Every single day on our Facebook page, on our Instagram page, on our Facebook stories, Instagram stories, on our Twitter account, there needs to be a post telling people to get on our newsletter, right? So if you've noticed with the short videos that we're making, on YouTube, at the end of them, Susanna pops up and tells you everybody to get the free book Why There's No God and get on our newsletter. So that's the only way. These are called lead magnets. Right now we have one lead magnet, which is my book for free, Why There's No God. We're going to add a second lead magnet, which is going to be a booklet. The first one is going to only have 4 pages, but we're going to keep adding to it. It's going to be a safe for work version of the art that we have, so people get Why There Is No God, but they also get to download that booklet, which is some art exclusive for our supporters. But so when they subscribe to our newsletter, they will be able to download that booklet PDF version. But we also tell them to stay subscribed, because every single week we're going to send them a newsletter subscriber exclusive art. So that's my idea. They don't know the difference, that you criticize the belief, not the community. So we need to make an art that separates belief. Okay. Yeah, we could do that, but I think right now we need to focus on how to get everybody on the newsletter. But yeah, I'll keep that in mind, Nayan. I just know I am doing it right, because Hindutva people have called me a jihadist and Muslims have called me a BJP supporter. Yeah. When I had Twitter, I keep telling people that I was retweeted by Linda Sarsour and Tommy Robinson. So I must be, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I must be doing something very wrong or very right. But guys, I appreciate you guys holding me accountable. I do want you to guys to be skeptical about our position, because I sometimes wonder, like, are we just like self-congratulating each other on having the right position? And I want to make sure we're not like in our own self-made bubble, because you can't keep saying like everyone's criticism of us is wrong, right? We do need to reflect, and I do need to appreciate you guys if you actually self-reflect on everything we're doing here as well. And like, don't just believe me, like, if I keep telling you guys like we're doing this right, maybe we're not. Maybe they have a point. Okay, like we can't just be like brainwashing ourselves and keep congratulating each other. Okay, so it's good to sometimes like keep asking, like, what if they have a point, right? And I'm gonna keep doing that, and I want you guys do that as well. And if you guys realize that something we're doing is so wrong and harmful that I'm not realizing it, please, like let's not turn into a cult or something, right? Like, come and tell me, like, Armin, I think this is harmful. We're doing something wrong here. Okay, come here in the live chat and tell me, like, guys, like, no, we're not. This is not gonna achieve what we like. It's not gonna make the world a better place. Okay, because sometimes I worry. Sometimes, like, are you guys like reinforcing my own opinions that I agree with? Like, are you guys like just like just confirming that I'm right? And we need to be skeptical. And am I doing that to you guys? Right? Are you guys like have these views, and that's why you follow me, because I'm saying the same thing and I'm just reinforcing them? So we need to be very critical of each other here. Okay. Sometimes people confuse between anti-Muslim and humanist. Yeah, I mean, we're not anti-Muslim, we're anti-Islam. And again, another thing I keep telling people is, to be anti-Islam is to be pro-Muslim, right? Because the main victims of Islam are Muslims, right? And also in two ways. To be anti-Muslim, to be anti-Islam is pro-Muslim in two ways. One, because Muslims are the main victims of Islam, and two, in order to fight Islam, the most effective way is to befriend Muslims. Victimizing Muslims is going to only strengthen Islam. Befriending Muslims is going to weaken Islam. Okay, so people think we're in order to be anti-Islam, you have to be anti-Muslim. No, the best way to be anti-Islam is to befriend Muslims. Afshin is saying, what about newsletter exclusive videos too? That's a great idea, Afshin. That's a great idea. Okay, that's a good idea. Dolly saying, I think Atheist Republic need funding like GoFundMe or making social media marketing or something like that to get people involved, but I'm not sure. No, I think like no, I mean we don't need GoFundMe because GoFundMe is a one-time thing. I think we need to focus on our Patreon because Patreon is like we don't need one guys. If it was between one giant, like if somebody said like, hey Armin, choose between us donating to you $10,000 or 100 new $1 per month donors, right? Like the thing is that we need, instead of like a big injection of money or anything like that, we need reliability. It's better to have less money that we know that we can't count on, that is going to be there every month to pay the artists, to pay our video editors, to pay our accountant, to pay the legal fees, to keep the lights on. But it's consistent and it's going to be there. It's like we rather have like a small amount of money that is not going to disappear and it's going to be there every month than a big this is why I'm scared of big donors. Like whenever I see like somebody becoming, like a giant, like I don't know if you're going to be there, like, oh yeah, great, that's a lot of money, but you're probably going to quit like in 1 or 2 months, right? So the small donors, I love the small donors because most of them stay, right? And I rather have security rather than one giant injection of cash, right? Because that's not reliable. That's what are we gonna do with that? What if we need that money? The thing is that we shouldn't need a $10,000 injection this month, because if we have a $10,000 injection this month, we're gonna use it, and then we're not gonna have it next month. We just need like a few $1,000 every month that is going to be there every goddamn month, right? So we can make plans. We know it's going to be there next month and the month after and the month after. So small donors are very reliable because they don't usually quit. They just stay there, right? We need lots of small donors, and Patreon is good at that. But guys, the thing is that when it comes to funding and all, it all goes back to newsletter, right? Because if we have 100,000 newsletter subscribers, even if our funding goes away, we still have our newsletter subscribers. We tell them like, guys, come over here to support us. I don't know what happened. What was the last thing that you heard from me? I don't know when I got cut. Am I on? Am I back on? Am I back on? Guys, am I here? Can somebody confirm if I'm on now? Anybody? Yeah, okay, yeah. So there was a delay. You were talking about injecting electric. Yeah, I was saying that I rather rely on small donors. Lots of small donors, because small donors are reliable. They don't quit. They don't stop. Most of them stay. The vast majority of them stay. Like big donors, they come and you rely, and then you make plans based on their donations, and then they go away, and then you had so many plans, and then all of a sudden there's a massive drop, and you can't pay for the projects that you had in mind, right? So it's really hard. Like if you look at like your monthly money that is coming in, it's if a huge portion of them are big donors, you know that if one or two of them leaves, all the plans that you have based on the current money that you're making is going to be not fundable anymore, right? But if like 90% of them are small donors, that means that most of them are not going to go away, and that means that you can make plans based on the monthly that you're making right now. You know, like if most of them are a lot of small donors, that means that the money that you're paying your artists, the money that you're paying your social media managers, your video editors, your legal fees, your accounting fees, the money that it requires to keep the lights on and all that is going to be there, right? So it's rather rely on a lot of small consistent donors every month that are, rather than giant big donors that you don't know if they leave, they were just going to paralyze your entire project, right? But again, I was saying that not that doesn't right now we don't have to worry about funding. We just need to worry about having an audience, right? Again, if we get just 100,000 subscribers on our newsletter, that it, even if we get removed from YouTube, even if we get removed from Patreon, we will always be able to tell them, guys, like, come support us here, come watch our videos over there, get our art, pay for our art over here. Now we're just going to be able to move around wherever they drop us from. We're going to be able to like redirect them to somewhere else. So we just like all of that will be resolved, if funding, social media, all of that, if we could just get 100,000 subscribers on our newsletter. Right now we're like at 18,000, right? So yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for you guys. Sorry, when you were telling me that I'm back on, I wasn't seeing it because there's a delay between your messages and when I see on StreamYard. So thank you, Alex. There was another person here. Okay. Obi Karis saying, are there any specific skills that people should have that would be specifically helpful in supporting you? Just telling people to get on our newsletter. Yeah, sharing. No, I mean, you don't need any skills other than just like, I mean, you guys are supporting us right now financially already, so you guys are doing so much. I mean, guys, again, I don't know how to thank you. I'm not very good with thank yous, but just know that thank you for making all of this possible. Oh yeah, Katie's saying, how about making embassy pages for different countries? Yeah, I mean that seemed like a good idea, but all of that could go away. I think like everything else we do is going to move away focus from, like, because we can't focus, we can't do so many things. We can't do so many things. Everything we're doing is taking time away from something else that we could be doing. Okay, and if we focus on that, Katie, then we're not doing something that will get more people on our newsletter. I think right now it needs to be everything that we have social media related. We can't be like, hey guys, go check out these other pages, other Facebook pages. After Facebook is betraying us like this, telling them to go check out another Facebook page and just dilute our audience all over social media. I think we should just like get as many people as we can off of Facebook, off of Twitter, off of our like from our Twitter accounts, from our Facebook account, from our YouTube accounts, from Instagram, and get them to just get on our newsletter. I think that should be the only focus that we have. Everything else, everything should be for that focusing on doing that. Because again, there might be some good ideas, but are they the best idea? Like there might be some value, for example, in promoting some of these embassy pages, but is it the best return on investment that we would get for the time and resources we spent? I think no. I think the most secure and the most reliable thing we could do and the most return on investment that we could get is to get people subscribed to our newsletter. Ian is saying, can you release art for YouTube members too, please? So Ian, we can't do that because that's against you. Like the Patreon only art that we have is very not safe for work. It's 18 plus, right? Patreon allows that. Patreon is very, very good with allowing the most sexually explicit content. Okay, YouTube does it. The art that we would be able to post on YouTube, we are like safe, that is safe for work, is going to get sent to our newsletter subscribers for free. So if you want to see the art that we can share publicly, just subscribe to our newsletter and you're going to get see that art. But right now there's no platform. Like if we share not safe for work art on our newsletter, that's going to get our newsletter, almost every single newsletter platform out there is going to remove us, right? So right now the only platform that we can show our not safe for work art is Patreon, and Patreon requires you to put it behind the paywall if it is not safe for work. Like you have to make it Patreon only. Okay, Silva again. So Silva is saying open a Telegram channel, but again, see guys, like then managing a Telegram account, like that might be a good idea, okay? But then we're spending time relying on someone else's platform, and we're spending time and resources now, and social media managers to now also post on Telegram. But we could have spent that exact time focusing on getting more people on our newsletter, okay? Remember, every single one of these platforms is someone else's platform. They own it. Our newsletter subscribers, we own it. And it's not just that they could remove us. They could, like, they have access over who sees it, right? So for example, on Facebook, if we post something, if it doesn't meet Facebook's algorithm engagement standards, then even if somebody is subscribed or following our page, they're not going to see it on their feed. On YouTube, even if we get 0 strikes, and even if we have remain 100% monetized, imagine that, on YouTube could be like, we don't like this video, and people who are subscribed to us will not even see it on their feed, right? And on Telegram, again, what you're seeing on your feed on Telegram, even though Telegram might be very good with not censoring anybody, what you see on your feed is by their discretion, right? But if you are on our newsletter, then we will show up on your inbox, right? So we have full control. It's ours. Like our newsletter subscribers, we own that platform. We might use different newsletter service providers to send that to you, but the email list, the list is ours. We own that as a property, and we will be able to get emails to your inbox, and nobody could decide whether it's engaging or whether it meets their standards to show up in your inbox or not. It's ours, so nobody will get to manage that. So I don't think we should rely on Telegram, Facebook, YouTube, BitChute. Any of these could be gone tomorrow, or we shouldn't rely on other people's platforms. We should build our own platform. Even like websites, URLs could be blocked in a certain country. People could go and file a complaint to your host or the URL provider, right? So I say makes sense. Maybe add a newsletter element to the end of the video clips on YouTube. We did. Like on YouTube, for example, you see that every single clip ends with Susanna coming out and promoting our newsletter. That's what we're doing right now. Katie's saying it is possible to make the AR website such that you can stream on the site and get donations directly to the website. Yes, I know Vosh does that. That way it could be just one platform where you can focus. Yes, here's the thing. Your website, your URL can be blocked. Your website host provider could decide to remove your website, okay? Again, even if we do that, I think we're going to do that one day, Katie, one day when we get to it. But we need to make sure that everybody is on our newsletter, so wherever we decide to stream, we could jump from one streaming service to another streaming service As long as they're on our newsletter, we could tell them, people, we're streaming here now. Oh, our website is completely removed. atheistrepublic.com is completely removed from now, which it is, by the way. atheistrepublic.com, a lot of ISPs, internet service providers in India, some of the bigger ones, not all of them, have blocked us in India. So even our website is not reliable. So we need to be able to tell people wherever we get blocked, wherever we get censored, we need to be able to tell people to come and find us somewhere else. Again, even a website is not reliable. The only thing that is reliable is your newsletter subscribers. There's literally nothing else that is reliable. Katie saying, "Oh wow, he replied to my comment before reading it." Well, because we think alike. So I was saying, by subscribing to our newsletter, you can get Armin's book, Why There Is No God, for free. Yes, but we need to make, some people are not interested in that. So we need to provide a bunch of lead magnets. So right now we have only one lead magnet. Again, this is a technical term, lead magnet, for what you give to people for in exchange for subscribing to your newsletter, right? So we're going to have a booklet, Blasphemous Art, which is going to be another lead magnet. Ian is saying, Armin, you were so humble with me on Patreon call. I didn't expect that. You're so good. Ah, Ian, I hope I stay that way. But sometimes I'm arrogant, though. Okay, so sometimes I'm humble, sometimes I'm arrogant. But you're gonna you motivated me to try to stay humble. So thank you for that, Ian. Yeah, the most popular broadband connection in my region blocked the AR website. Yep. Katie's saying, damn this country. Oh my God. Katie, don't worry. The future is bright for India. I know it. The future is bright. Afshin saying, I mean a clickable element on video screen. Oh, you mean like the end screen, like the links to Patreon, so people don't have to look in the video description. That might be a great idea, actually, Afshin. That might be a great idea. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, a good idea. Yeah, that's a solid suggestion. I know you can't do that with a lot of URLs, but I know we could do it with the atheistrepublic.com URL. You can't do it with every URL though. Like Patreon has a deal with YouTube that you could do. Like you can see our Patreon link at the end screen in our videos, so you could do that with Patreon. But atheistrepublic.com, you can do it. But again, the problem is that URL has been blocked in India for many for many ISPs, not all of them. Again, and last time I said, like, we've been blocking some ISPs in India, and some people in India came out like, no, you're lying, look, I have access. I said, like, well, it's not every single ISP, god damn it. I wonder if there's another link where we can send people to that YouTube allows us to put in the end screen. Yeah, but I'll investigate. Actually, that's a good idea, because I know you can't put any like the end screens on YouTube. They don't let you put any most URLs. It really depends. All right. Okay. All right. This was like more of a strategy session rather than a Q&A. You guys were like bounced off a lot of ideas with you guys. Oh, by the way, guys, if you don't mind, the live stream is with patrons and members only, but this is so important that I do want this to be publicly available after the stream to other people, so they could see what happened, right? So you guys don't mind if we like make this publicly available, like upload it. So what we are doing is that the Q&A, for example, is available for our members and our patrons only. So if you know, that's exclusive to our patrons and our members. But then the video itself will be publicly available to everybody after the Q&A is over. That's okay with you guys, right? Battle plans. Yes, Katie, battle plans. YouTube, this is metaphoric. We're not actually literally going to battle with anybody, okay? When we say battle, we're talking about exchanging ideas and strategically increasing our audience and stuff like that. Please don't strike us down. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, Katie, I agree with you. I don't know if we're gonna get a strike for saying that, so I'm not gonna say. So I'm saying yes. I don't mind. Okay, cool. Dolly is saying, is it possible to promote AR and get many leads by making marketing campaigns to subscribe to newsletter? Yes, if we and Patreon. Yeah, if I had a lot of money, what I would do is I would make Facebook ads promoting our blasphemous art booklet for free. Like, it wouldn't be asking people for becoming patrons. I would tell, like, I will promote our newsletter. If I had a lot of money, I would spend it on making Facebook ads for people, promoting a free blasphemous art booklet where people can get by subscribing to our newsletter. That's how I would use that money. But we don't have a lot of money, so that's out of the question. Okay. Yeah, if we ever do get like a giant donation injection, that's what I would spend it on. I would spend it. I'm pretty good with Facebook ads, making them very cost efficient. If somebody was like, here, use this money to increase your audience, I wouldn't like increase the size of our Facebook page or Instagram or YouTube. I wouldn't promote that. I will make Facebook ads, and Facebook has this very good method of people even don't have to go to another website to give you to your emails. Like, they could download the newsletter by submitting their email right on Facebook itself. So we will be able to collect emails without getting people even leave Facebook. Okay. They have that. So, and then we will get the email, and that email will means that we have access to them off of Facebook. That would be, that's what I would be spending all that money on. If we get to like 100,000 subscribers on our newsletter, we're good forever. We're right now we're at 18,000, right? And we would be forever covered. Oh yeah, by the way, you guys could share this video once we upload, not this one right now, but when we re-upload this to the public, you could share this video so that people could see that, to promote our newsletter. This video is a good way of promoting our newsletter, right? Can we do a calendar? Yeah, we could do a calendar. Upload the yeah. So Katie is going to yeah. Katie is suggesting to upload the streams on AR channel. Yes, good idea. We're gonna do that. Katie is saying we need to have enough safe for work art for that to maybe. Yes, our artist already said that every single not safe for work art that we're making, she's going to make a safe for work version of it. And going backwards to all the ones that she already made as well, she's going to make a safe for work version of each one of them so that we could use them for promoting our newsletter. Yes, of course. Well, I mean, you could just join the consulate. You don't need to sign up. You could just join in there. Yes, you can. It's easy. Just search for Atheist Republic consulates. You should be able to find it. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna head out. Thank you, guys. You guys are. I was very stressed about getting this news. I think my messenger is gonna be filled with more messages from India telling me what happened, and I was kind of depressed about it. But talking to you guys about it makes it a lot better. You guys are my team. We're gonna make this work, guys. We're gonna figure this out. They can't stop us. Okay, we're not gonna let them. We're not gonna let them stop us. We're not gonna let them. We're just not. We're gonna fight back. Okay, guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being on our team. Let's make this happen. All right. Bye, guys.